Selamat pagi dan selamat datang ke Bandar Udara Internationally Gusti Ngurah di Denpasar, Bali. My name is Hugo and today I'm going to be taking the Bintang Express from here in Bali back to Melbourne in Australia. The Bintang Express, for those of you who don't know, is basically Jetstar between Australia and Bali, and today I'm going to be flying aboard one of their A321neos on this roughly 5-hour flight. So come along and let's see just how bad it is. Transferring from the domestic terminal here to the international one is a bit of a walk, but not too bad. It's well signed at least. Then when you get to the international terminal, there's some places to get something to eat and drink before you go into the check-in area, which you have to go through a little bit of security to get into. The Jetstar check-in area here has different signs for different flights. The queue was pretty small when I got there, so it didn't take too long. The staff were friendly and everything was pretty easy and done well. I asked if it was a full flight and she said yes, always. Security and immigration was not the quickest, but not the slowest. Airside, there's now plenty of places to do some shopping and get something to eat or drink, with a nice variety too. It's a lot busier, there's a lot more variety, and it is nicer than it was just a few years ago. I got some food to bring on the plane so that I don't have to buy a meal. 6A is actually a bus gate. There's a few little shops down in the bus gate area, which along with most of the terminal has received some little touches making it nicer. When I got to the gate it said all remaining passengers board now. Thank you. And boarding had started, so it started a bit early. Based on the board it looks like 7 minutes. There was an additional bag check required at the gate, maybe because of Australian regulations, but I'm not too sure. If you know, feel free to let me know. Around 100 Jetstar flights take off to Bali each week, which is like crazy. When I landed in Bali on this occasion, I think there were more Jetstar planes here than Garuda. Bintang's a very popular beer in Bali, and so many Australians fly Jetstar to Bali and drink Bintang, so I guess that's where it comes from. On that note, I was thinking, I think Jetstar should have a Bintang Express special livery. I think the term's very well known, and Jetstar could partner with Bintang to have that livery, which would be funny, and sell Bintang on board. I think that makes sense, but I'd be interested to hear what you think in the comments. There's my ride to Melbourne. Victor Hotel Oscar Foxtrot Sierra is a 2023 built Airbus A321-251NX delivered new to Jetstar. It's one of 20 A321neo LRs currently in Jetstar's fleet. Jetstar now exclusively operates the A321neo between Bali and Melbourne, and as far as I'm aware I don't think they fly the Dreamliner to Bali at all anymore. Welcome on board one of Jetstar's A321neo LRs, featuring an all-economy class configuration with 232 Recaro BL3710 slimline seats in a 3-3 configuration.
Keep the aisle clear to allow other customers to continue boarding. In the overhead lockers. As we are refueling, please keep your seatbelt unfastened until the seatbelt sign is switched on.
My seat for this flight will be 27F. The seats are curved a bit at the top, but there's no proper adjustable headrests. After a bit of confusion, I think, with other people being confused about seats and stuff, first impressions are the seats are more spacious than I expected.
Welcome on board your Jetstar flight.
It feels almost better than Qantas 737s. Now let's take a look at the seat features. I think legroom's only supposed to be between 28 and 29 inches, but it feels better than that, pretty solid. There's a seat back pocket which you can put some personal items in, though this one's a little bit broken, and I saw quite a lot of tray tables inoperative as well. Speaking of tray tables, there's a tray table which is adjustable back and forth, but you can't fold it. There's a USB-A port, as well as a device holder and a cup holder. Then there's a literature compartment, which includes the menu. Some seats have Jetstar Entertainment Plus cards. There's also 2 coat hooks on the side of the seat. Also, the width is great. No boarding music, it seems.
The team, it is a pleasure to have you flying with us. Flight time to Melbourne is 5 hours and 10 minutes. Please ensure that you are in your allocated seat for the duration of the flight. If you do have any questions, please speak to one of the crew. We are just finalising the last of the paperwork. We do appreciate your prompt boarding today. Thank you and welcome on board.
An enjoyable flight, so please listen closely while we take you through the safety requirements for our Airbus A321LR.
It's now time for pushback, about 1 minute behind schedule. By the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, and you'd like to see more like it, liking and subscribing would help me and the channel out so much with being able to make more of these videos. It would also be very much appreciated. Also, I post updates of my trips on my Instagram at aviation763_, so feel free to check that out. If you don't want to do any of that though, that's completely okay.
Jetstar 44 through to Melbourne. We're all ready to go up the front. There's a bit of traffic up ahead. We're number 5 to depart, so we'll be here for a few more minutes. Got a relatively short flight time of just over 5 hours. I'll be back in touch prior to understanding this Melbourne with some updated inbound details. But please do sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Thank you.
After a bit of a wait, it's now time for takeoff on runway 09er. A bit after takeoff, the crew came around and offered water. They said in the PA that service will take approximately an hour and a half. Well, that's a long time for a buy-on-board service. During the service, I got a chai, which was good as usual. Seems like someone lost their phone. It's good that they announced it to try and find the owner. The seat recline is just pretty standard. I think I overheard the crew tell someone that the entertainment isn't working on this flight, which lines up with it seemingly not working for me. Here's a look at one of the lavatories, which I suppose was unremarkable because I didn't note anything down about it. I had the sushi which I bought at the airport, so I didn't need to buy any food on the plane. I've tried Jetstar's food many times before, and between the two hot meals that they have at the moment, I prefer the lasagna, and the toasties are always nice too. But still, it's nicer to get something from the airport, since it's often better and sometimes cheaper.
And diseases. That's why you must always declare or dispose of food and ingredients, flowers or seeds. You are responsible for all items in your luggage. If you don't declare truthfully, it may result in a penalty.
Disembarking and evaluation thereafter. Flying conditions for arrival, just a light western wind, currently 7 degrees on the ground. On behalf of all the crew, most thank you for flying Jetstar. Hope you had a great time in Bali and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Seatbelt fastened, ready for landing.
Melbourne crew team will now be seated for landing. Thank
The crew have come around with water a few times throughout the flight. I only did one service where they came around with the trolley. I wasn't sure if they might do a second one before landing. As we're descending into Melbourne, please allow me to conclude this experience on the Bintang Express. Check-in in Bali was good. There's no Qantas lounge in Bali, so there's no lounge access for me as a Qantas Gold frequent flyer. Boarding was fine, not the most organised, but worked, and we got away basically on time. Once on board, the seat is modern, and while not the comfiest, I found it to be okay for this 5-hour flight. It's a bit annoying that there are a few things inoperative, including the streaming entertainment, which meant no moving map. Stuff like that happens, but I hope it's not common, and there was a good few things inoperative like tray tables and stuff. The USB-A ports don't seem that fast charging, and it would be nice if they installed USB-C outlets on the newly delivered A321neos, but I don't think that they are, just the A320neos for some reason. As usual, the menu has a good selection of snacks and drinks, though I'd like some more proper hot meal options. The aircraft is clean and new, which is nice. The cabin crew have been pretty friendly throughout the flight, I guess, though I haven't interacted with them much, but nothing outstanding. I appreciate them coming around with water every once in a while. So overall, a solid flight with Jetstar. Would have been better if everything worked. If it did, for a day flight, I think Jetstar represents great value on this route, but I still wouldn't want to do it overnight. Jetstar operates 4 flights a day between Bali and Melbourne. 2 mostly day flights, including this one, and 2 red-eyes. Even still though, this flight was perfectly okay for the price and exceeded my expectations. Besides a bit of confusion, the passengers weren't as disruptive as I'd feared. It's interesting how much shorter the way back is on this route. I think this was the first time since COVID that I've flown from Bali directly to Melbourne. Normally I try to avoid that because most of them are red-eyes. What's your preferred way to get to and from Bali? Feel free to let me know in the comments. We'll soon pull into the gate about 10 minutes behind schedule, pretty good for Jetstar, but for now please enjoy the rest of the approach and landing on Melbourne Tullamarine International Airport's runway 16.
Melbourne. Local time is 10:37 p.m. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until we have reached the gate. The captain has switched off the seatbelt sign. You'll be leaving us tonight via the forward left-hand door. It's been a pleasure bringing you to Melbourne. If you are home, welcome home. Thank you and good evening.
I would like to take this time to thank you all so much for watching this video. I'd also like to thank all of my incredible Patreons for helping to make these videos possible. Their support is truly so much appreciated, and I couldn't do what I do without them, so thank you so much to them.
Cabin crew, disarm doors.
Once again, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you have an amazing day, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you in my next one, next Saturday at 5 PM Melbourne time. Thank you for that.